Welcome, fifth graders, to this week's math video. During this lesson, we will be covering multiplying mixed numbers. Our objective is to use previously learned strategies to multiply mixed numbers. By the end of this lesson, we will be able to find the product of mixed numbers. Multiplying mixed numbers is an extension of multiplying fractions. You all have time to practice, and we're going to do some more. Up next, I will model some exercises, and then you'll have an opportunity to practice on your own. Let's do it. Okay guys, so we're going to work on 3 examples. This is going to be our first one. As you can see, we are multiplying a mixed number, 2 1/4, by a whole number 2. So the very first thing we will do is rewrite our mixed number into a fraction. To do this, we are going to multiply the denominator by the whole number. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then we are going to add the numerator 1. So 4 times 2 equals 8 plus 1 would be 9. Our denominator remains the same. We simply copy it. Next, we are going to rename our whole number as a fraction. And just like we did it in the previous lesson, the whole number becomes our numerator and we add a denominator 1. Once this has been done, the rest of the procedure is basically the same as we did in our last lesson. We multiply numerator by numerator and we multiply denominator by denominator. So we find the product to these numbers. 9 times 2 is 18. That's going to be our numerator. And 4 times 1 is 4, that being our denominator. So notice that we have an improper fraction. And just like before, we are going to use division to write that improper fraction as a mixed number or a proper fraction. I'm sorry, I got confused there with the numbers. Let me fix that. So these will be 18 divided by 4. So 18 divided by 4 is 4. We multiply the quotient by the divisor. 4 times 4 is 16. We subtract. 18 minus 16 equals 2. So with this, we are going to write our mixed number. So we have that our quotient, this number up here, would become our whole number. So our whole number here would be 4. Write the equal sign, whole number 4. The denominator does not change. We are only going to copy the denominator. So denominator 4. And our numerator is the remainder we had, which was 2. So this number can be further simplified. So we are going to once again copy the whole number 4 and we are going to simplify. How are we going to do this? Well, we are going to find common factors between 2 and 4. As you know, 2 can come into 2 once and can come into 4 twice. Therefore, our final answer would be 4 and 1/2. Let's try a second example. And in the second example, we are going to work with 2 whole numbers. So we're going to have 7 and 1/2 multiplied by 2 and 3/4. Okay, and like we did before, the first thing we will do is rewrite our mixed numbers into fractions. Same way, we take the divisor and we multiply it by the whole number. 2 times 7 equals 14. And we are going to add the numerator 1. So we will have 15 over 2 because we only copy the denominator. Let's do the same procedure for the second mixed number. 4 times 2 is 8, and we add the numerator, so we have 11, denominator 4. Next, we are going to multiply numerator by numerator, so 15 times 11, and denominator times denominator, 2 times 4. Let's go ahead and find those products. So the product of 15 times 11 is 165 over the product of 2 times 4, which is 8. To find these, well, here we have an improper fraction that needs to be turned into a proper fraction. To do these, we once again will use division. So this time we are going to divide 165 by 8. If I try and divide by the first digit, 1 times 8, we can't do it. So let's take first and second digit. 16 divided by 8 would be 2. I'm going to place that quotient right over the 6 to show that I'm using those 2 digits. Then 8 times 2 is 16. I subtract, these would be 0, and I bring down my next digit, 5. So 5 divided by 8 can't happen, so 0. 0 times 8 is 0, and I subtract to get 5. With this, I am going to write my mixed number. Remember that our quotient becomes our whole number, and our remainder is our numerator. So quotient was 20. We will copy the denominator 8, and our remainder was 5. For a final answer of 20 and 5 over 8. Okay, guys, you've seen me work. Now it's your turn to do it. You've got this.